Hi, I'm going to go through migrating a pressSIGN server with you. Migrating a pressSIGN server is typically only required for a GPM or a Pro version because you can install the clients on as many computers as you like, but the pressSIGN server, you can only have one of those per network installation. So moving the server and retaining the database is something that's quite important for most people if you're going to move it to another computer. This is going to be done on a Mac for this demonstration, but typically most of the steps are also true for Windows users. My name's Phil Binks and I'm from Bodoni, North America. So let's go straight into how we would go about this in a step-by-step manner. Migrating the pressSIGN server, firstly I recommend that you update your pressSIGN. So that means that you would go and follow the update procedures. We've covered that in another video, but I'll very briefly cover that in a few moments. The next step would be to back up pressSIGN. Now you might say that you want to back up pressSIGN before you provide the update, and that's fair enough. But if you do the backup and then do the update, then it's ideal to do another backup once more. So you'll be doing two backups in that situation, one either side of the update. We then go through how to obtain the installation files and recover activation codes. And then on the other computer, the new computer, we'll just very briefly talk about installing it and setting it up from those backup files. This is very short and I'm not going to go into detail on this. It's really just to show you the process. So we move straight over to the pressSIGN interface and we will just show you how to do your updates. So your updates are typically followed by this upward arrow. If that upward arrow appears in this position on your pressSIGN interface, then that means that an update has been downloaded and is ready to install. As I say, I recommend that you do that before you then do a backup, but you can do your backup first if you want to. So how do we back up pressSIGN? I've got a much more detailed video of this and I'll link that in the description or at the top of this screen. But essentially what you do is you go to the File menu and you then go down to Backup Restore. Once you've clicked on Backup Restore, it opens up a new window and you would essentially just touch that backup button. That will then create you a .tar backup file in the location that's shown at the top of the screen. Typically that's in your users, documents and then pressSIGN server backups area. This is also the screen that you will use to restore from that backup. So you will need to take a note of where the backup has gone, copy that either across the network to the new computer or put it onto some transferable disk so that you can install it on the new computer. Okay, obtaining the installation files. There's two ways of obtaining the installation files, i.e. the files that you need to install a new version onto the new computer. The first one is to go to presssign.com, and what you would do when you find presssign.com, let me just quickly go there. So presssign.com, you have a sign up button at the top just above here. I'm rolling over it. So you sign in and you use your presssign.com login details, which is typically your email address and a password that you set up when you first installed pressSIGN. If you don't know those, you'll need to sign in and do the forgot password process. Going back to pressSIGN, there is another way of obtaining the installation files, and that is if you're on a Mac, you can go to the User, Library, Application Support, and then pressSIGN folder. And in there you'll find the two files. You'll find a pressSIGN client and pressSIGN server package files. You can take those to the new Mac and install those. On a PC it's very similar. You'll find the exe files on the PC or the zip files. I'm not quite sure which method that they use for the Windows computers. The pressSIGN client and server package files are only found on the existing server machine. Recovering the activation codes is also done from the presssign.com address. So once you're in there on presssign.com and you've logged in, you can obtain your activation codes there. However, the other way that you can do it, if you have forgotten, is you can open up pressSIGN. If you log out, you can find your activation codes by tapping these three dots here, and that will open up the window above, which will then reveal your activation codes. So that three dots there in the login window will reveal your activation code. You'll need to then copy those and install from that. So once you've done that on the new computer, you will then have to install pressSIGN from the files that you've got either downloaded or that you've transferred across from the existing computer. And you will, once you're in your installation, you'll be able to set up from the backup. So if you get through to the point where you've installed pressSIGN and it hasn't asked you to reinstall from the backup, in which case you'd point to that TAR file, you can always simply go to the File, Backup and Restore feature, and then simply click Restore and point to your the transferred TAR file. So that's the way that you can actually do that if you need to. So I hope that's useful for you. It's very brief, and as I say, there's much more details in some of the other videos that we have. My name's Phil Binks. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, that's a good idea, because you'll then get updates and all the new information relating to pressSIGN specifically, but also other color management data. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.